Welcome back to the Morning Blend. This is the soon-to-be-released novel from local writer Tom Matthews. Raising the Dad tells the story of a man who learns that the father he thought had died years ago is actually still alive.
Crazy. Tom joins us now on the yellow couch. We're excited to have you back here on the show. It's been a few years.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Nice to have you back. This is a very sad premise when you think about it. A little disturbing, but has this funny twist. So how did you kind of, I guess, how did this idea come to be? Because we alluded to it earlier.
Right. Well, I grew up in Beloit. My father died when I was 10. He was 40. About 20 years after that, I had a dream. And for circumstances I can't go into at the moment, I am reunited with my father in a very unusual set of circumstances.
Wait, this is real?
In the dream.
Okay. Wait.
Okay.
But it was very profound, very, very powerful, and just tucked that away and went on with my life. And 10 years ago, I was in a graduate writing program at Mount Mary, and I needed something to write about for a short fiction class, and this dream just came back to me. And I said, well, this might be a short story, so I wrote the short story. It was received very well, and it just kind of blossomed from there and turned into...
Wow, I love the cover, by the way.
I love the cover, too. I told him that when he first sat down. I think it's fantastic. The funny part of it, so did you feel it was important because it's sad and it's kind of scary maybe at the same time, like you needed to inject some humor?
Well, that's my challenge, and in the short story I found there was a way to work some humor into it because the protagonist of the book is the only one who knows about this, and for complicated reasons he's not sure he can tell his family. So until he knows how to proceed, he has to take possession of his father and take over his care, and that just leads to some humorous situations.
Interesting.
Yeah, and his older brother is kind of a deadbeat. He's a failed heavy metal singer. He's the source of a lot of...
Isn't all of our older brothers?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, so by the end of the book, the father comes back. That's not a spoiler. You talk about that.
Right.
But he remains kind of incapable of being communicated with. However, at the end, he's really part of the healing of this family.
That's what's kind of powerful. Without being able to engage them at all, just his presence heals his family that at the start of the story is kind of falling apart. So the patriarch returns and sues the family in a very strange set of circumstances.
Well, and in a way, this took you 30 years or so to finally write this story. We've had people say, and some people will say, everybody has a book in them or a book that they're kind of longing to write.
Right.
Was this something that you were kind of longing to write? Or not necessarily?
No, I had one book published in 2004, so this is my second. No, it just evolved. I'd had an earlier career as a screenwriter. I just sort of needed a new field to work in, and again, just through the course of being in this writing program at Mount Mary, it turned into a book.
You were a screenwriter for a movie that John Travolta and Dustin Hoffman
Mad City
in the late 90s.
Yeah, that was the culmination of a long dream. I went to film school in California. It took 12 years writing screenplays before one finally sold. That led to about 5 years of doing other studio work while living here. And now I'm moved on to this. I'm a grant writer for Aurora Healthcare. So it's writing's been good to me.
It's great.
For you, as you wrote this book, how much of your own maybe fantasy about this being your own father was infused?
It brought... I have no meaningful memories of my father, so it really kind of brought that together. I'll tell you a strange thing. I would go out with a laptop and I'd work like coffee shops and stuff, and more than once my father smoked a pipe, and I would smell my father's pipe. And the first time I thought I must have sat next to someone who was smoking, and I went home and changed my shirt and I still smelled the pipe.
Yeah.
So I like to think maybe he's...
I believe strongly in that. I've had my aunt who passed, I smell her perfume once in a while, and it's such a distinct smell that I've never smelled elsewhere that I know it's her. So I truly believe that's your father.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So great to see you again. Congratulations on this latest book. This is really fun. I want to make sure people know about the publication day, the book release. It's happening Tuesday, April 17th next week, 7 to 8 p.m. at Boswell Book Company, which is located on Downer. If you go to themorningblend.com, that is where you will find a link on our site to this event that you have that includes a discussion of the book that's moderated, right, by Mitch Teich from WUWM.
Right.
Tyke. Awesome. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Up next.